What's up everyone, Tim here from Everyday Tactical Vids, and today we're looking at a product from VanQuest. This is their Katara V-Slinger Ambidextrous Sling Pack, and as the name would imply, you can sling it in two different ways, right to left or left to right. This is going to run you $130 over on their website, that is vanquest.com, and let me give you some of the specs here, and then we're going to zoom in and talk about some of the different features. Your weight is 2.1 pounds, the pack capacity is 12 liters, your main compartment is 15 by 8 by 4, and your bottom front pocket size is 10 by 7.5 by 2. One other thing I'll say is that if you haven't ever held VanQuest gear or used gear from VanQuest, I will tell you it's just high quality. They're not going, for something that you're going to pick up in your local sporting goods store. It's going to be something that's being carried by higher end retailers, and you really experience the quality as you use the pack more and more. So they put a lot of effort into a lot of details. As you can see, MOLLE webbing, extra snaps, there's bungee cord, there's spots to put patches or attach stuff by Velcro. They use high quality zippers, high quality zipper pulls, just everything is really well thought out. So I really appreciate that about their gear. They're going for somebody who really wants to invest some money in their gear and get a quality product, and you're going to do that if you get a hold of some gear from VanQuest. First thing we're going to do here is actually look at how to set up the pack so it can either be slung on your right shoulder or your left shoulder. So this is your sling, very comfortable, nice and padded. You got some MOLLE here, you got your QD clip here, so you can take it off or just pull it over your head to remove it. Now what you're going to do is you got these two zippers, so zip this one down and this one down, and you can hear the Velcro. It's going to come loose. So what you've basically got here is you have your sling, and then you've got Velcro on it here. You can attach it here, you can attach it in the middle if you want, or you can attach it on the other side. Now when I first saw that, I thought, yeah, but by the weight of this, it's going to start pulling this thing down, and eventually it's going to be stuck onto your back and just be annoying. But what they did is they also included up here a little clip. So whatever side you sling it on, it's going to be attached firmly. So if it's on this side, you can take this clip off and run it through this loop. If it's on this side, obviously I've got it already hooked up like this. So very, very nice when it comes to being ambidextrous. It's well made. It's not going to be annoying. It's not going to be like, yeah, you think it's ambidextrous, but it doesn't really work. It does definitely work. So when you put this up and then zip this, and zip this, now it truly is, basically slung at this point. This will be riding on my left shoulder and then down to my right side. And then obviously if you want to switch it, you can put this over, this bottom part over here. Got your clips, your little clips here on this side, on that side. Very easy to do. One of my favorite features of VanQuest gear is they put these little elastic bands around your webbing or your straps, so that when you pull it through, this thing isn't just bouncing all over the place. It's actually strapped in nice and solid. So let me show you just how to do it quickly. And I'm going to do it live on camera here so you can see what the process is like. So you pull this out of the way, and you got to unclip this clip. It's not super easy to do with one hand, but that's fine because you don't want it to be falling out on you. But so you're going to take that out, and now I'm going to, so you can see it's firmly attached there. It goes all the way to the bottom. I'm just going to sling it on this side now. Run it up to the top. And you do actually kind of have to tuck it down in, as I'm remembering here, so that it fits where it's supposed to fit up top. So that goes up like that. We're going to attach this clip here, like so. Run that through there. And then, let's see here, put that in. Now we're going to have to switch the bottom in one section, but let me just zip this up, like so. That goes up, that goes up. This one down here is a little bit more work just because you have to slide this through, and it's a little bit thicker. But, so that goes there. We're going to switch it over to this side, so run it through like this, up, and down here. And there you go. So that has been switched from one shoulder to the other shoulder. Really easy to do. And they also do give you an additional strap that you can run from basically your opposite waistband up to, and it goes around here. So it's going to basically make it, basically give you 3 points. I don't like that. It just gets in my way. It definitely gives you more stability, but this because the pack is small enough, I don't have it overstuffed, at least in my opinion. It doesn't move all around on my back, so I don't use that, but you do have that as an option if you want to get even more stability out of it. We've talked about pretty much everything on the back side of the pack, so let's start at the top and work down the front. First thing is this handle here, nice and solid when it comes to your stitching. Got this neoprene that's also stitched in for extra comfort. I was a little concerned this might get ripped up or torn up, but it's been very solid, no issues whatsoever. And I always like having an extra handle to, grab a pack and pull it out of a bag. High quality zippers, you can lock them here, and even something like the zipper pulls. Sometimes people don't put the metal ones on because they want, want it to be quieter, but then they put these pulls on in their gear that they're junk. They don't work well. Not the case. These work really well, easy to get a hold of, easy to use. So that is definitely a plus. Over here we've got some bungee cord, some shock cord. You can stuff some gear in under here and then cinch it down, and as you can see, a spot for some patches there. One other thing I'll mention up top here is that there is an opening if you want to run your CamelBak out of there. This front section has these two zippers that you pull down, and this section basically goes through, so you can see if I stick my hand through here, you can see it come out the other side. So you can come in either side of the pack, as I mentioned earlier, MOLLE webbing there. Let me show you what I have in this section. Got some pepper spray in there, and then what I've done basically is organize the gear by putting it in a small gear bag. So rather than having all this stuff, bouncing around inside this section, I just put it inside this little bag. I think that's pretty much everything I have in this front section. I don't find this one to store a lot of gear especially useful. Maybe one or two small things that you want quick access to, but you really do have to put it, if you're gonna have a bunch of small things, you have to put it in something smaller like this. And in here I've got like some bug spray, I got a fire starter, I've got a small flashlight, I've got my Columbia River Eaton tool. So if you have a small bag, you can certainly put gear in it and then put it in this section. In general, I think this back section, is great for something you want quick, easy access to, and then, unzip one of these, pull your gear out, zip it up, and then you can go from there. One of the things I like about this second section here is that it zips all the way down to the bottom. So you've got basically 2 inches down here where there's not a zipper, so it just lets it fold open completely down, which is really nice. They have that feature on some other packs. You can see I've put a bug light on here and a whistle, and also a little SOS light here. So that attaches nicely to those zipper pulls. So when you open the pack up, you've got 2 sections here. You can see that I just kind of crammed this extra thing in. This is where I keep all my charging gear for my iPad, iPhone, things like that. So it's basically a pen case from a CRKT pen that I have. This does make this whole thing stick out a little bit more, but I don't mind. So that's one thing that I have in here. Down in this section, I have a Right in the Rain pad, and then I've got just an extra folding knife. It's a Black Label knife here from Browning. So that's there, and that's all that's in that section. Over here, you've got basically these 4 Velcro tabs, and this section goes through as well. And I keep a bunch of extra gear in here, so I got a spool tool with a lighter, just some wet wipes. Even though it's the middle of summer, I always keep an extra, just like a little beanie in there, so I don't, take it out now and then forget to put it back in the winter. Got some extra batteries in this section, and that's that. Now, one cool thing is that, let's close this up, you do have this Velcro here, so you could attach something in here, that's got hook and loop on the back, and Vanquest makes lots of different gear and smaller pockets and storage, things like that, so you could find a way to attach something on here. And if you have a smaller iPad or Kindle, something like that, that could even go right into here. So that's that section. Let me close this up, and then we're going to get into the main body. Now, similar to this second section, the main section here down on the bottom, basically you've got, let me look here, you got probably about maybe 5-6 inches where there's not a zipper, but they run from here all the way around and all the way down there. So again, this whole section is going to fold down very nicely. That's just a big advantage. I just like to be able to get into all my gear. So open this up, and you can see, first look at this this top section. So I've got journal, Bible, got some books, got some paperwork. Again, you have this hook and loop, so you can attach something into here, some sort of organizational system. And then under here is where I keep my iPad, and this is in a leather case anyhow, so it's got a little bit more, a little extra protection. Hook and loop here, open this, and now you can see you can access that compartment as well. And as I mentioned before, here's where your that's where your CamelBak is going to come out of if you have a CamelBak in here. there's that section. And we'll slide this over here. And then, similar to the other section, you have these 4 Velcro tabs, but it's stitched down the middle. So you got one section here and another section here. So you can just access this one from either side. So in here I've got, there's a poncho, give it a very bright, I would say handkerchief, but bandana. Got another little organizational thing that I keep in there. It's got some wire, it's got an extra, just like a little garbage bag, a sharpener, got some aspirin and ibuprofen in that bag. Keep some extra tissues in there. And again, I'm setting this up as an EDC bag, so that's why I got this kind of gear. It's not a range bag or anything like that. And then in this section, we've got very small first aid kit, just bumps and bruises. And then some Q-tips, obviously for personal hygiene and also cleaning out gear or, you know, computers, whatever it is. And then you do have down here on this side kind of a longer section, and I keep a little flash drive in here and some zip ties. And on this side, similarly, a longer section. And here just have Tide to Go stick, a Sharpie, a construction pencil with a little bit of clear duct tape on the end, and then a pen. Let's wrap up here talking about the VanQuest Katara V-Slinger Ambidextrous Sling Pack. Let me start off by talking about the things that I wouldn't use it for. I wouldn't use it as a bug-out bag, an emergency bag, a survival bag in general, because I just think it's too small for my liking. I also wouldn't use this if you have to carry around a laptop. Maybe some of the you know, the smaller Macs out there would fit, but in general I think it's just going to be too small for that. Now those are really the only 2 downsides. As far as the upsides, definitely great as an EDC bag. You saw I carried a lot of gear, and I'll carry a pretty wide variety of stuff. I like the access of it to all the different pockets. I like the quality of the overall construction, so those are definite pluses. And the ambidextrous feature is just great. I gotta be honest with you, I'm pretty indecisive when I have a sling pack. I'm like, do I like right to left, do I like left to right? So I like the fact that I can mix it up quite a bit. A lot of people, you know, if they're carrying a messenger bag in particular that's got like a CCW pocket, they want to have it on their right side so they can draw with their right hand. I prefer to actually have my bags on my left side so that my right hand is more free, you know, in case I have to, you know, use it to stop somebody or to grab something. I'm right-handed, so I'm naturally going to be inclined to reach with the right hand. That said, like I said, I'm kind of indecisive generally with sling packs. I like to have it slung so it's on my right shoulder going down to my left side, but I'll mix it up from time to time, and this gives me the option to do that. Quality overall, excellent. Price point is going to be a little bit high for some people, but you're paying what you get for what you get. So it's a good, nice quality product. And these guys are continuing to come out with new ideas, new features, and new things. So you always want to be checking back to see what VanQuest is doing, because they're always innovating, and I like that a lot about them. That's going to be it talking about this sling pack from VanQuest. Please subscribe to Everyday Tactical Vids on YouTube if you haven't done so already. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, check us out on Instagram and Tumblr as well. Take care.